The public doesn't always think to involve a realtor in the home building buying process because they can just work directly with the builder. Builders anticipate that a realtor is going to be involved, and it's essential. You need to have someone on your side that's going to help you with contract negotiation and change orders, the amendments and addendums that come into play. And also, realtors have experience and a keen eye that can represent you through that process. Now, this home is still under construction, but I want to point out to you a few things that the builder may have missed, or maybe they're coming back later to take care of business. Now, these cabinets are painted, and this little trim piece was painted, but this end is a rough cut, and it only got one little coat of paint. It needs a second coat of paint right here. Not too many people get down on their hands and knees to see this, but the contractor uses tiny little brad nails to adhere this trim, and these holes haven't been puttied over and painted in to match. Where the floor meets the door, we need a solid bead of caulk right here to make sure that water doesn't end up underneath the floor as people track in and out. The backs of these counters don't have a backsplash, so we need a really solid bead of caulk here to make sure that no water gets down behind the cabinet if there's a spill. There's a big gouge here in this trim. I guarantee the trim guy didn't do it, but then we end up with a contest between contractors as who's responsible to get this fixed. The realtor is going to take that responsibility off your shoulders. Now, these corners have a metal or plastic edging on them, and when they're up on the ceiling and we have these bulkheads, a lot of times a drywaller will only put 1 or 2 coats on instead of 3 because they're doing a Spanish lace or a popcorn on the ceiling, some kind of texturing, and they don't think it's going to show up. But unfortunately, several years down the road, we end up with this popping, and then we have this line that comes right here along the edge. And when that's on the ceiling and you have to texture that in to blend it back, the only thing you can do is scrape everything off. So one of the things I look out for my clients is making sure that we have 3 coats of mud on all of these edges, even if they're up on the ceiling. Every construction site has construction trash. I picked up out of the dirt this water bottle, this metal edging, this plastic siding, these nails. Whose job is it to come back and pick all of that up? Nobody's gonna pay attention to that better than a homeowner. So a lot of times it just gets backfilled and buried in the dirt. And to me, I'm not interested in that. Now, this wood that's used up here is a manufactured wood. It's not real wood. It came out of a factory, not a forest. And this wood, when it's exposed to the elements, just doesn't hold up very well. Now, this situation might be okay because it's up so tight and it's not gonna catch all the weather, sun, wind, and rain, but when it's used on a column, it just doesn't last. I would want that to be real wood or wrapped to be weather tight.